What's up, historians, ranters, and fellow Magic dorks? Wizards of the Coast just dropped their 30th anniversary show, and it was a really big deal. Elaine, just how big of a deal was it?
So big.
Oh, Elaine, are we still talking about magic here?
So big.
Oh, okay, well, I guess we got that. Coming up now on this week's So Big episode of Mana Rant. But first, I'm Hoshi, your so host. And you are listening to episode 95 of the Mana Rant podcast, where, as always, I am joined by possibly the most financially irresponsible host of the cast. He's the one guy you know who probably will buy the 30th anniversary product. It's Drunken Dork.
What is up, everyone? And no, I actually probably will not, because it's absolutely ridiculous. But I do want to, I'm going to give you a quick story, real quick one. My wife and I, we went to Card Kingdom the other day, and I don't go there that often anymore because we moved and we're not as close as we used to be. But I went up, I was like, ooh, let me get a pack of cards because I haven't bought a pack in a long time. Let me get I think it's Double Masters or whatever, like the most recent like Master set. And I was like, let me get one of those. And they're like, okay, that's going to be $90. I was like, $90 for a pack? They're like, yeah. I was like, okay, no, never. Let me put my money back in my pocket and see ya.
For one pack of
yes.
Was it the promo special? Like double?
It was, yeah, I think it was like their special version or something like that.
Oh
so yeah.
God, that is insane. Yeah. Well, holy crap.
Wild.
Okay, well, that's terrifying. And finally, we have one of my favorite hosts of the Mana Rant podcast. Out of the three hosts of this show, he is absolutely one of those hosts. We have Michael Apollo.
What? That's not saying much. I mean, it's either you like me or you don't. Then Drunken Dork is like kind of shit outlook on that one. So I guess thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude. You're welcome.
That's high praise. One of the favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Yeah, no problem, man.
What an introduction.
Anyways, welcome back to the show, and thank you for joining us. We are the Mana Ranters, and we're just three guys who have been playing Magic for a long time, over 20 years now, and we've been playing Arena a lot since it came out, and so this show is kind of molded to go more towards Arena, and we just kind of focus on that, and like historic and more the eternal formats of Arena, but we talk about everything in Magic the Gathering, and our show moves through the phases of Magic, with our main steps being usually the main subject matter of the show, but today it might be the news portion, actually might be the more beefy subject of it. So if you want to hop around through the show, there are going to be time hacks in the description below if you want to do that. So let's just start off the show by hopping into the first phase, which is going to be our Untap phase.
Untap.
And Untap is where we start off the show with a drink. And Drunken, what are you untapping this week?
Today I just have Stella. I have this kegerator behind me with actually beer that I made, but I don't know, I don't really feel like a pale ale today. It sounds a little too heavy for me, so I just have a very light Stella.
Okay, nice. Apollo, what are you untapping?
I guess not. It's also a little underwhelming. I wasn't fooled by branding of deers and cool
Cyber
New
deers.
Belgium, juicy hazes and stuff. I just got something from Southern Tier Brewing Company. It's called New Haze.
Okay.
Nice. Smooth IPA.
Smooth IPA.
Yeah, 6%, not 9.8 like last time. So
okay, so you'll be somewhat sober this show, maybe?
I'll definitely be dumb, but I'll also be coherent.
Without saying, that goes.
Yeah.
And then we always leave it to Hoshi for the theatrics here.
Yeah, I have to step it up, apparently. So I got the coupe glass out, and this is Honey, I'm Home. Which is it is bourbon, oat milk, honey, walnut bitters, and Cointaroo. I don't even know what that is. Yeah,
I'm sure you're saying that all wrong.
Yeah, I probably am. It looks like a French word. So yeah, I don't know what this is. This was baked up for me. It looks delicious though. So
It's called Honey, I'm Home.
it's called Honey, I'm Home. Oh,
So
wow.
is that implying you have this drink when you come home from like work? Like you already have drink in hand?
Yeah,
Like, honey,
yeah,
I'm home. Like
Yeah, exactly. My girlfriend, she's in the, she's in like the maid outfit with the apron and everything on. Yeah, and she's like, here you go.
okay.
Yeah, and I'm in a
and you're
business
just coming
suit
in.
and stuff.
Like, you just been
Looking through the
drinking on
window of
freeway, like-
Hoshi's life right now.
Yes, I'm very fancy, very fancy.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Nice.
cheers, boys, to a good show.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
And with that, let's move into our upkeep phase.
Upkeep, get ya upkeep.
And upkeep is our Reddit rant segment, hosted by Michael Apollo.
All right, as I pour my drink here, Reddit Rants is where we scour the internet for the troubled, the angry, the rage-filled, and also the funny. So if you haven't already noticed from playing Magic, whether it's cardboard or arena, it is fueled by a lot of anger, frustrations, passion. So yeah, Reddit also kind of works really well with that. And it's kind of on theme about what we're talking about this week. So I found this Reddit post here from the Magic TCG subreddit, and it says, WOTC has managed to anger both supporters and opponents of the restricted list with a single product. And so he says, just wanted to point out, I think it's quite an achievement. And so what are we talking about here? The 30th anniversary. This is ridiculous. So we're going to talk more about what the 30th anniversary here is, but it's you're going to see a lot of common themes here. It's $1,000, right?
Yeah.
For these packs that you get, for 4 packs of like from Alpha or whatever, from the old sets here. And something I just wanted to say for this Reddit rant I thought was really funny was everyone talks about printers.
Yeah.
Like, if you see these like comments here, like someone's like, for $1,000, I can buy a really nice printer and print up these proxies. So someone else says like, for $1,000, I could buy a really nice 3D printer, then pay someone to design a scripted STL file that will draw the proxies with pen and paper.
You can get a pretty nice 3D printer too for $1,000 now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, you damn right. This one guy was like, I was mad when I thought this was a set of everything for $999.
You just get every card. Every card in Magic.
He was pissed about that. Like, damn. This guy was like, there was a price point where the vast majority of people wouldn't have cared. $250 a pack is not that point. Opening up a pack and getting a proxy of a $1 card is going to feel awful. Yikes. Yeah, that's good math, right? Pay $250, get $1 out of it. You only lose $249. That's good math, right?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, obviously we're going to dive in a little bit more, but what do you guys think about this Reddit rant, or at least the comments, because these are like they're gold.
Oh man, that's great. I felt the same way as that one dude where when I first was looking at it, I was like, because I watched the video first of them like talking about it, the reveal. So when they were showing all these cards, I was like, oh, this is really cool. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of these cool cards. And then they were like, and then, you only get 4 packs. And I was like, oh, wait, they're randomized packs? This isn't like it, because they were talking about it being like a secret layer type thing, I was like, oh, you get all these in the secret layer? That's pretty cool. They hadn't dropped the price yet, right? And then they were like, oh, and then there's 4 randomized packs. I was like, oh, man, I just know how many arena packs I have to open to try and get everything. I can't even imagine how many with just 4 packs you would have to open. Easily 50 of them, And then they were like, and it's $1,000. I was like, I almost like fell out of my chair.
Yeah. Drunken, what do you think about this?
The comments are great. Yeah. The person, it was short and sweet what they had to say, and I like that. And then the comments are just gold. You know, everyone is just going on about how, $1,000, I can get a printer and a professional artist to make to make me my own proxies. So yeah, fuck off, Wizards.
We're gonna post this Reddit post in our description below, so be sure to check that if you guys want to add comments, because this is honestly hilarious. There's 2 comments that I do still want to just mention very quickly. This person says, printer ink is like Phyrexian oil. Once printer ink covers one of your basics, you are complete. And then this guy was like, they're selling cardboard for $1,000. If they sell 100 of these, they've won. Oh man, that's just so wild that they're selling cardboard for $1,000.
I think we were talking about that in pre-production. It was like, if they just find like 100 idiots, that's it. They've already made their money back from this, insane scheme, right? How much can it cost them to make these? Oh, it's insane.
Embarrassing.
So,
all right.
Let's keep it going. That's it for Reddit Rant. Back to you.
All right. Nice. Well, with that, then we'll move into our draw phase.
Let's draw.
And draw is going to be our news segment hosted by Drunken Dork.
Hello, San Diego. I'm Drunken Dork, and I'm bringing you some ridiculous MTG news today. I'm going to start it off with what's at the top here, and that is the 30th anniversary collector's box edition. And Hoshi, I'm going to have you run that clip again in a second. So to celebrate 30 years of Magic the Gathering, we knew we had to go big. Hoshi, play the clip.
Yeah, here we go.
To celebrate 30 years of Magic the Gathering, we knew we had to go big. But Elaine, just how big did we go?
So big.
I love that, dude. That needs to be cut and added into like your phone for GIFs and stuff. So big.
So big.
But anyway, so basically, Wizards of the Coast is coming out with the 30th anniversary edition. It's a commemorative, collectible, non-tournament legal product celebrating 30 years of Magic, inspired by limited edition beta. 30th anniversary edition lets fans and collectors experience some of the most iconic elements of Magic's early years. And then this is the really, really awful, terrifying part. Featuring the original art that inspired a generation of Magic fans, 30th Anniversary Edition is built with modern sensibilities and nostalgic roots. 30th Anniversary, oh my god, I keep saying that word wrong. Anniversary Edition will be on sale for the holidays, available November 28th for $999 on 30th edition.wizards.com. So if you guys are interested in buying your $999 anniversary edition, it's going to be at 30th edition.wizards.com. So we'll just end that. I'm not going to read this whole article. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it shows you can get like Black Lotuses and stuff. What do you guys think? What do we kind of already touched base on this a little bit. What's your opinion?
Did we talk about how these are proxies though? Basically, they're non-tournament legal cards.
Right, yeah, go about it. Say
it. Yeah. So that's one of the things. If you look at the, we have it up on screen here. You can see the back of the card right here has the gold border to it. This is not a traditional back of a card. It is non-tournament legal. So you're basically, these are just for like your Commander games or whatever, which guess what? You can proxy stuff in Commander games too. So these are basically the $1,000 proxies that you're buying. Yeah. They're basically worthless is what it feels like. Apollo, what do you...
I mean, I have a full playset of the original Land of War Elves, but man, I would love to pay $1,000 for the chance. to get one
to get one that you can't
know?
use it.
that I can't use.
A Shivan dragon? Are you kidding me? I would
my
die to
God.
spend $999 for a Shivan dragon, dude.
We shit on WOTC a lot, and we're definitely never going to be sponsored by them. But I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They've lost their fucking mind, dude. Like they're at their eyes wide shut party. They're gangbanging each other, and they're like, "How do we make these idiots buy more cardboard and zeros and ones?" And they're like, "Well, we just reprint the fucking restricted list fucking sets." Like,
I bet we can make them buy proxies for $1,000.
yeah, I'll fucking do it. Like the excuse they use in this article, it's like, just remember, this is for people who want to relive the possibility of opening a Black Lotus that they may never had to like have that chance. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
God.
I'm sorry, that just gets me so angry. Like, okay, I'm gonna spend $1,000. Oh man, I just spent $1,000. I can't wait. I hope I get a proxy of Black Lotus. Like. God, where do you come off, man?
So I'm going to look it up live
sell.
real quick. How much is a pack of revised? Pack of MTG revised? Because essentially you can open up majority of these cards. For $380, you can buy a pack of revised.
Okay.
So you can go buy three
real
packs. Yeah. Get cards that are tournament legal, and like you can still get your Shivan dragon, right, for $380.
And you have better odds. You
And
have way
worth
better
way
odds
more.
because they're purposely like picking what they want to put in these like packs. You know, they're definitely screwing people. I guarantee there's
God.
probably like one Black Lotus or whatever.
Yeah, so I listened to it. There's like you get one rare, and then you get one like of the retro border or whatever, and then in the retro border you can possibly get a rare. It's like
So cool.
yeah, so you can possibly get 2 Black Lotuses in one pack. They were talking about, yay, 2 worthless
Dude.
Black Lotuses in one pack.
Yeah, I like how they also say like the drop rate or whatever for getting Tropical Islands, like the original duels, are increased compared to like the original packs. Like,
Okay.
cool. I can't fucking use them. Like,
Yeah, if my play group in Commander is cool with me using these cards, then I'm sure they're cool with me using proxies at that point, you know? So what is the difference? I don't think any play group is going to be like, wait, did you pay $1,000 for those? If not,
Yeah,
get the
I know.
fuck out of my
Yeah,
play group.
right?
Like,
you're
who's
banned.
playing with that group?
In fact, if someone comes up with, and they're gonna go in my play group and open up and play one of these, I'm gonna be like, all right, you're out. You fucking idiot. You paid $1,000 for this? Get out.
yeah.
You're banned. Yeah, you know, it's funny too, because like opening up a pack, like we did open packs like around this time, right? I would have been like, oh sweet. I would have opened it. If I saw Black Lotus, I would have been like, throw that away. Oh yeah, it's Shivan Dragon.
yeah, it's a dragon. That's
the
cool.
ultimate dragon.
Yeah, I don't care about flowers, right? I want a dragon, dude. Yeah. Yeah, who knows what I did with my Black Lotus that I had. But I was thinking, because people are like, why would they, do this, like spin in our face like this? I think like, because this is the first time that they've reprinted the restricted list, right? They haven't been... And I don't know if you guys know this or anyone in our audience knows this. I've heard this a couple of times, that they are like basically either not allowed to reprint the restricted list, or they open themselves up to lawsuits if they do that. Do you guys know anything about that?
No, I know nothing. I know nothing
I wouldn't
about
even know
anything.
like the reason for it to be like a legal issue. That would be interesting.
I mean,
to know.
I could see, because you're messing with the market, right?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of like, when you mess with like the stock market, it's like it's a federal crime, right? And that's kind of what something like that is doing. It'd be really volatile. But I know nothing about this, so don't.
Maybe it's because they
take my word
said
at
that they would never reprint these cards, right? Which is why it made it a restricted list, which increased the value a lot. And then if they started reprinting them, yeah, so they might be able to get sued for something like that. I don't know. Not lawyer, obviously, but maybe this is their way. This is their way of getting around, maybe potentially opening themselves up for lawsuits and still able to print, $1,000 packs, basically. So this might be their loophole that they worked out with their like Hasbro, Illuminati, lawyers.
Yeah, with their eyes wide shut parties, fucking doing mountains of cocaine,
banging each other.
That's just my uneducated guess here, but I wonder if I'm onto something. Let us know if any of you guys actually
probably
know
not
about this.
Don't buy this. If you're listening, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not.
Do what you
collectors.
want. If you want, please. Actually, this would make, I think, really good content if someone bought it and just opened it, because I want to see them fail miserably in life. Many people will, and
some creator will. Yeah,
and I'll watch it because I do want to see that. Yeah,
the professor definitely will. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Or like alpha investments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, let's move on. More news. This is just the beginning of it. All right, I close that window and I will never see it again. All right, so on top of the 30th anniversary announcement for that set, there's also some really cool announcements. I'm just going to briefly skim over some of these. So some of the play promos that you can get if you play Paper Magic, not just Arena, you can go in the stores. And while Dominaria United's out, you'll have a chance to get Sarah Angel, Ball Lightning, and Findhorn Feln.
Yeah.
Fun fuck.
Nice.
And, along with Brothers War, they have some more. At Phyrexia, they'll have some really cool ones. And then March of the Machine. Yeah, so you can just scroll through here. We'll have the link below. And it's just some really cool promos. But after that, they have some more Magic 30 and the Brothers War previews. They have a new preview of a card. They have this melding mechanic that's going to be existing in Brothers War. And we haven't really gone over the Brothers War previews yet, so I'm not going to go over that today. But yeah, you can go check that out. And then finally, what I'm going to talk about is things that matter to us.
You skipped over
Magic the Gathering.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever. I mean, that doesn't matter to us, though, really.
It's just a draft set, yeah.
Yeah. So Magic the Gathering Arena explores the past. MTG Arena might be the new kid on the block, but it's joining in our nostalgic celebration alongside the rest of the company. First, later this year, MTG Arena will release its second Explorer anthology, which is super exciting. We're going to cover that in main phase 1, highlighting a new set of cards for the Explorer format. And then coming in the first half of 2023, Shadows over Innistrad Remastered drops a whole set's worth of Explorer and Historic legal cards onto MTG Arena. And then we'll reveal more information as we get closer to these releases. So Shadow over Innistrad, we're finally stepping back in another block. They're so inconsistent with this shit, man. Like, the last one we did was Amonkhet, right? Was that the last one? No, Kaladesh.
Yeah, it was Kaladesh. Okay.
And so it's been at least a year since Kaladesh came out, and now we have Shadows over Innistrad coming back. I personally am really excited to hopefully see Emrakul. Are there any cards that you guys are excited to see for Shadows over Innistrad?
Yeah, Apollo.
There's some cool cards here. I mean, I would like to see Thing in the Ice. That one's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah. Good for wizards.
Spell.
What about you, Hoshi?
Yeah, Spell Swindler. The spirit that
Spell Queller?
It's Queller, that's it. Yeah, Spell Queller. Yeah, the one that
of course you picked that one.
Zoria's Spirits. I mean, I love that deck. It's super fun. So that'd be cool. Yeah, so
yeah, it's a really good set. I drafted the shit out of this set, and I think more than anything, this is going to be a super exciting set to draft.
Yeah.
When it comes out, a good way to build a collection too is rather than just opening packs, play while you're building your collection, right?
Yeah.
I always suggest drafting. It's a great way to build collections.
Oh yeah.
What about you though, Drunken? What card are you looking forward to?
Emrakul. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for that. I don't know how that's going to work on Arena. Yeah. I don't know if they'll even incorporate it because it might be too complicated. The game's obviously already broken from my last gameplay. You could see it just broke. The fucking game broke while I was playing. It was oh no lands for you. You can't play a land.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what Emrakul does, it allows you to take your opponent's next turn. So that would probably be difficult for them to, actually incorporate into Arena.
Now, correction here. It would not be difficult for a decent level
yes.
programmer, but it'll be very difficult for WOTC.
Yeah.
It'll be very, very, very
Absolutely.
difficult. They're like some top tier shit, man. They're gonna Google like how do you work computers.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be confused.
They're like, we don't have time for that. We need more emojis and parallax effects,
That's true. The priorities, dude.
Yeah, cosmetics, way much more of a priority. We need more alchemy cards. So.
Oh my God.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, do we got anything else? Any more news from this one? There's been a lot.
No, just some more secret layers stuff. I mean, is there anything else you guys want to cover that I might have skipped over? But I don't think so.
No, not really. I think you hit the big spots. I mean, that last thing that you went over is our main thing.
You were so big on hitting that spot.
so big.
So big.
All right, cool. Well, then with that, let's move into our main phase 1.
Main phase 1.
And in main phase 1, we're excited about this Explorer anthology. I know I am. I love Explorer. So we are going to take a look at what we might be getting in there, or at least what we want. So we all have picked 2 cards that we do not have in Explorer right now that we think would be awesome to add into this anthology that will not be coming in the Innistrad block. So we did not pick anything in the Innistrad block because we might be getting that in the remastered. So who knows if they will add those in the anthology. I wouldn't put it past them. That'd be stupid for them to do. But anyways, let's go with let's see here. We're going with Apollo first. Yeah. So what was your first pick, Apollo, for what you would want to see in the upcoming Explorer anthology?
Something that I've been missing so much, it would make it really good in Historic as well. That's also my line of thinking. Dreadbore.
Yeah.
I want Dreadbore. One of the top tier decks in Pioneer is going to be Rakdos midrange. Rakdos is we're already pretty much there. Dreadbore is going to set this over the top. So it's a 2 mana sorcery, 1 black, 1 red, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yikes. This is so good. It's so good early game. It's so good late game. It's amazing. The fact that it's like sorcery, I guess it's its only downside, but fuck that, dude. This is a great card. Dreadbore has always been a staple in all of its iterations that we've seen it in its past and all the way up to current and Pioneer. So yeah, Dreadbore is something I really want to see and hope that we get it in this anthology. Hoshi, what do you think about this pick?
Yeah, I think it's great, and it won't be coming in Innistrad, and we wouldn't be getting this one for a long time, I don't feel like. So Dreadbore is super powerful, and it's in the top tier deck, like the top number 1 deck in Pioneer right now, at least according to MTG Goldfish, and it's the only card that deck is missing. So I'm kind of terrified of that deck getting this card because it's just so good. But yeah, Rakdos is already really good, and it'll go through the roof with this.
I think this is a great pick. Picking a rare is good, right? Because this isn't something I want to be crafting with my wild cards, but it's something that is necessary, right? So I think generally with these anthology sets, they do several rares, several uncommons, and several commons, and like a couple maybe 1 mythic rare or something like that. And I think this would actually be a perfect addition because this is like an essential card to many decks that run black and red. And I love it. Yeah. And 2 mana, that's like not a high cost to get rid of a creature or planeswalker. Sorcery is the only downside to this, but that's fine. I like it, and I especially like it as a sideboard option.
Yeah, it needs to have some kind of downside. It's just so powerful if it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right. Drunken, what is your next card?
So mine is Glade Cover Scout. Now, when I pick my card, I do play Explorer, not to the extent that Hoshi. I think Hoshi's almost full on Explorer now. He is the Explorer aficionado in the group here. And, for me, I want this for Historic. Now, Explorer is really comparable to Pioneer, right? Like you can kind of compare them side by side. You can see like what is good in Pioneer. Okay, that's probably going to be good in Explorer. You don't really have that with Historic. And me and Apollo were talking about this in pre-production. You can kind of compare it to Modern, but some decks in Historic are even more powerful than decks you can find in Modern. Oh, yeah. And I think Glade Cover Scout, even though we do have auras already, it kind of fills a void of having it's a 1 mana drop creature with hexproof. Doesn't matter that it's a 1/1 because like you're playing this on turn 1 and then you're pumping the shit out of it by turn like 2. It's already going to be a 4/4 or something. You give it a little bit of evasion or something like that, and you're winning by turn 3 with this card. And like the only way you can remove this is with a board wipe potentially, or with sacrifice effects. And, in game 1, if you're playing best of 3, a lot of people don't run that in their main board. That's something they have to side in, right? Mm-hmm. And I really, really like this card. I play this in Legacy auras, and I think Historic is like this weird between Modern and Legacy. I'm not saying it's as powerful as Modern, but I'm saying like you can make comparisons to both. And I think this would work well. What do you guys think, Paulo?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like I'm on the line of thinking of Historic and obviously, Explorer. So I really like this for like, the Boggles kind of strategy. You really kind of like hit the nail on the head here. The fact that it just has hexproof, this is what makes this card so good, because the only thing that's going to get rid of it is board wipes or like an edict effect like Liliana. And even though Liliana does cost 3 and Historic, hopefully by then you're already like slamming face and you already have a creature in your hand, like so that way you can like, okay, cool, you edict me, I get rid of my Glade Cover, I got something else out, you're gonna have to deal with it. So I really like Glade Cover Scout. You've seen this a lot throughout Magic's past, and I actually really dig this card a lot. So this is a good pick. Hoshi.
Yeah, I think that one enchantment, the one from Amonkhet, the white one, I can't think of it. It's one of the cartouches that makes a it makes a 1/1 when you put it on the creature and gives them first strike. Like that is essential to have right now because of Liliana, right, and that sacrifice effect. So like that, it totally screws it over, right? Then you just sacrifice that thing, and then you would still have this. So yeah, it's basically just board wipes
that's a good point.
You have to worry about at that point. So yeah, I mean, this would be great, and it is a common card, which is fantastic. Who doesn't love commons? And we're very pro budget here. So
absolutely,
any cool budget card like this would be fantastic to get.
Yeah,
it's a good pick.
And we don't really see green aura decks that often. They do exist, but they're just not as strong as the white-blue or white-black counterparts. And I think this would really push actually going tricolors, which works really well in Historic. It's easy to do because our mana bases are so strong in Historic.
Well, we got that fairy now too. That the one that just
the
came
green-blue
out
one.
So yeah, that thing would be great with this. This would totally add to some deck like that. Awesome. All right, well then next we got me, and my first pick is going to be Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, which is a legendary land. It's a rare card. This came out in the Theros block, and it is a tap, add 1 to your mana pool for just a normal, so it just taps for a normal colorless land. Or mana, and then you can pay 2 and tap it, so it costs 3 in total, and then choose a color. Add to your mana pool any amount of mana of that color equal to your devotion to that color, which is how many mana symbols you have on the field. So Nykthos is capable of generating an insane amount of mana in mainly like mono decks. Mainly mono green has seen I think the most use out of this, with maybe black next. With Nykthos. So I think this card is incredibly powerful. It is part of like the mono green Tron deck that is in the top of Pioneer right now. It's one of the only things that we're missing from that deck to really be able to play it. in historic or Pioneer. I just think this card opens up so many possibilities to doing like insane things. Which is just, I played a mono black devotion deck. I made a video of it pretty recently with Gary and everything, and so having something like this would be fantastic, especially for other black cards too, like Reign of Hellfire and stuff would just be great. There's so many awesome possibilities that this land opens up. The only downside to it is that it's legendary. Drunken, what do you think of Nykthos?
I love this card so much, and I think it's a great pick. I really hope if they do bring this back, or when they bring it back, they will eventually. But yeah, sooner than later, I think would be good. Shaking up the meta for Explorer would be nice. That's the huge difference, I think, between Explorer and Pioneer, is because it is less mature, right? Or immature. And so like when you throw cards like this in the set, it really like shakes up the entire format. And what I do want when they eventually bring it is new art, man. I think this, this art's cool, whatever, but like I want like a full art Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. I don't want these ugly borders. Yeah. I think this set in particular has really ugly borders to me. I don't know, the enchantment sets. But anyway, besides that, seeing some green Tron or some crazy mono black stuff with me specifically, that's what I want to be doing, is mono black insaneness where people are losing life and I am sucking it from their veins.
That's a weird way to say it, but sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Paulo, what do you think of Nykthos?
All right, so I mean, it's already been stated. Obviously, we're gonna see this when it does come in. We're gonna see this in Mono Green Devotion and Pioneer, Explorer as we get back into Pioneer. But something again I want to mention. I'm thinking about Historic too, and Historic. Like you just see so many varieties of decks, and this is gonna revive some of the stuff that us three used to see when we're playing tournaments and local LGS tournaments, and that's going to be the big three there. Actually, the big four, because you used to see mono red devotion using Fanatic Amogus. You used to see mono blue devotion using Master of Waves. You obviously saw, devotion to black, which Hoshia said with Gary, and then you're going to get obviously mono green devotion. So there's just so much you can do with this one singular card, and I'm really excited how this is going to shake up Historic as well, because I want to see that. Like I want to see this happen. It's such a powerful card. If you don't destroy it, you're doing all the things, really.
Yeah.
So yeah. Super love this pick.
The crazy thing is that even though it is a legendary land, I've had it before where you tap it, right, and then you generate all the mana, and then you drop your other Nykthos in, and then you tap it again, right? And then you just
absolutely
it can just go absolutely crazy, right?
And then you cast Emrakul, right?
GG's.
Oh God. Sweet. All right, Apollo, what is your next pick?
All right, so we talk a lot about Lily. I definitely talk a lot about Lily. Rakdos is existing. Discard is there. Who's the one that defeats them all? Luxodon Smiter. This is a card that has been a staple many times in the past of Magic. It's definitely in Pioneer. So this is a card I'm really excited for, again, for Historic as well, because in Pioneer there's a lot of discard shenanigans, but it's even on a higher level in Historic. So it just shuts down. So anytime, if you guys don't know, this is a 3 mana, 1 colorless green and white for a 4/4. Luxodon Smiter can't be countered, so that's already really good. If a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Luxodon Smiter, put it onto the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. So the most common combo with this play is someone lilies you, and then you're like, all right, cool, bro. I'm just gonna Luxodon Smiter. Now I have a 4/4. I'm killing Lily next turn. So this is really good, because obviously Lily is not the only thing that makes you discard in Arena. There's so many other spells, like the 2 mana. What's the Rakdos one? I can't believe I don't remember its name.
You're talking about Croxa?
Yeah, Croxa. Any kind of those discard effects, you've seen them many times before. Yeah. Luxodon Smiter is going to be there. And, even if you're not doing that, a 4/4 for 3, pretty damn good. So, Drunken, what do you think about Luxodon?
Yeah, you said it. Stats are perfect on this. If they brought this in, I think out of all the picks, this is like one of my favorite ones, or my favorite one, because this would go really good in the meta right now. Because of exactly what you said, Liliana, and then there's also just a lot of hand hate going on. And I think, I don't know if this is correct, but if someone uses a Kozilek or a Thoughtseize, they have to pick something, right? Mm-hmm. And so if this is like maybe the only thing in your hand that they can pick with like a Kozilek, then an Inquisition, then, you know, they're like, okay,
it does.
Turn one, I'm putting a Luxodon Smiter on the battlefield for my opponent. Like, I love that, you know, it's such an incredibly good sideboard option. This isn't necessarily something I'd want to run in my main board, but if I'm running like green-white humans or something, I know it's not a human. I'm going to totally have this in my sideboard. And the art's just awesome, dude. I've always liked this art. It's dope.
Absolutely.
Hoshi, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I love this card. The fact that it's a soldier too might be able to work into different things, right? We have those new soldier lords that are in there. It would be nice if we had some more soldier effects. So you might be able to make like some kind of soldier deck around this where you could actually main board this and have this in there. And we're talking about the number one deck in Pioneer right now is the Rakdos deck. And the Rakdos deck is running 2 Croxas. It is running 3 Lilianas and 4 Thoughtseize. So that is a lot of discard effects. And so and what is it, 5 of those, like you said, you get to choose. So you could just choose to discard this and then put it right into the field, which is fantastic. I mean, you've turned a negative play into a positive play, which is just a huge tempo shift, right? Which is, it's fun to have tempo in you know, green and white, you know, that's just
Azorius tempo.
And I mean, even if you did mainboard this thing, it's a 3-drop 4/4 that can't be countered. That's still pretty good stats on its own right there, you know, without being able to like trick it into play. So it's not a totally worthless card. There's a lot of things that take advantage of 4-drop creatures.
Correction, I mean Selesnya.
Selesnya, Selesnya.
It's all good. We knew what you were trying to say.
Yeah, but the internet though, they're gonna.
That's true.
Yeah,
you deserve it. Cool though. I like the pick. All right, Drunken, you are up next.
Oh boy, do I have a doozy for you all. And that's going to be, of course, you know, no one picked the red Monastery Swiftspear, but we had to pick one of the cards, right, that are infamous from Khans of Tarkir, and that is Treasure Cruise. And this really goes hand in hand, Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time. These are delve cards where just allow you to cheat the shit out of your graveyard and your deck, right? Like it's an Treasure Cruise, if you don't know, it's an 8-mana card, 7 and 1 blue, but it has delve. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting this spell pays for 1 colorless mana. So then you draw 3 cards. So the way this works, in Explorer and Pioneer, it's not banned because it is a fair, like it's a fair card in those in Pioneer, I should say, because like you don't have a lot of ways to really like build your graveyard. And I think, you know, if we brought it in there, it's not going to change really much for Explorer because they're so similar. But bringing it into Historic is really where I'm looking at this. Now, we don't have fetch lands, and that's really where Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time come into problems, right? Because people are like constantly putting their lands along with other cards that they're just milling off of their own graveyard or discarding or whatever. And that's, you know, where you can cast like a turn 2 Treasure Cruise for 1 blue mana. But even then, like we do have way more in Historic that allows us to build our graveyard up. And I just would love to see both Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise, or really any delve cards for that matter, in Historic. And I think introducing them through this, through an Explorer anthology is a good way of doing it, because I'd rather see it introduce an Explorer anthology than a Historic anthology. You know what I mean? Where they can introduce cards that don't necessarily belong in Explorer. So Hoshi, what do you think of this card? Are you in love with it? Is it going to build your wizards even better?
Maybe. This card is amazing. One of the things that's crazy about it is that this is potentially 1 blue to draw 3 cards, which is Ancestral Recall, right? Which is one of the Power 9 strongest cards to exist, really, in Magic. So this card, if it gets put in, the possibility of it getting banned is in there, right? Because that's just incredibly strong. The Phoenix decks that have just throw an insane amount of things into the bin, right? Like they could, oh man, terrifyingly can utilize this, I feel like. So and once again, it is another common card, which is great. And then what was the other card that you mentioned that didn't get
Dig Through Time.
Dig Through Time.
Here we go. So I'll throw that up there too, which is very similar. It's a rare. And it's potentially, I don't know. What do you think? You think Treasure Cruise is better, right?
I think, I do think Treasure Cruise is better because like the way it works is, so Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time are banned in both Modern and Legacy. And the way it worked was, I think, originally Treasure Cruise was banned because everyone was using it, draw 3 cards for 1 blue mana.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Why, of course I'm going to use this. But then, that got banned. And then they were like, okay, well, I guess Dig Through Time is the second best card to Treasure Cruise. It's 1 additional blue mana. Yeah. And then those just got banned a week late, after this, right? Because they're both just so powerful. Yeah. Now, like having to do the extra blue is really committing to that, to blue a lot, which is why I do think Dig Through Time is a little worse, where you could just splash blue for Treasure Cruise, right?
Which is crazy that Treasure Cruise is the better card and it's a common, where Dig Through Time is the worst one, but it's a rare and it's double. But it is an instant. That's the only difference, I guess. Dig Through Time is an instant. And it lets you look through 7 cards in your deck. You only draw 2. But yeah, I think both of them together are pretty nuts.
I would be happy with either of them coming to the historic format and Explorer format.
Maybe Dig Through Time. Maybe Dig Through Time would be better. I don't know. Apollo, what do you think?
I'm going to have to say Treasure Cruise is ultimately better. Like, Is It Wizards already uses only Treasure Cruise. They don't even use Dig Through Time. Yeah. And I think the reason is maybe you can attest to this, but like you don't necessarily want to be flooded on lands. You just want to work with what you got. 3 mana, 4 mana is kind of like the sweet spot there, probably 3. And if you're using Treasure Cruise, delving everything away, now you still have 2 mana. However, if you Dig Through Time, now you just got yourself down to 1 mana, because essentially what you're trying to do is just get the win. You just want to swing in and get the win through all your triggered abilities with your wizards. So that's where I think Treasure Cruise is superior to Dig Through Time, because the correct way to play Dig Through Time, I would think, is on your opponent's turn as an instant speed, and then try to filter and find the win. If you're already doing that, then you're probably not in a good position. I would think.
No, so that's a good point. I think what you're missing here is that Dig Through Time is probably better for a control style deck, right? Treasure Cruise would probably be better for an aggressive deck, like you were talking about. Cast it for 1, draw 3 cards that keep cantripping or whatever. Where Dig Through Time, you can use it as an instance. You can hold up counter magic or find whatever you need to answer your opponent, which is what control needs.
That's true.
Yeah, so Dig Through Time would probably just be better for that kind of strategy.
Yeah, even something like a Jeskai Tempo. That's something we used to see back in the day with Manus Rider. They use Dig Through Time as a tempo play to try to find the answer, right? So I don't know. There's a lot of arguments out there. I personally think Treasure Cruise is better, but Dig Through Time is by no means a shitty card. It's amazing.
No.
It's a fucking amazing card.
It's really good.
Playing against Azorius, control, and being at that moment where you're like, which of us is gonna do it? And then they do Dig Through Time, and you're like, fuck, I lose. They're gonna they're gonna find their answer. They're gonna find it. So. Yeah, that'd be terrifying. All right, cool. All right, well, then the last one that we got here is going to be my pick, which is going to be Brave the Elements. It is it's a 1 white For an instant at uncommon, choose a color. White creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color until the end of turn. So this is a card that I know you guys have played when I was getting back into Magic at one point, through the many times that we've gotten out and back in. I remember you guys playing this in White Weenie's deck, and lo and behold, it is still in White Weenie's deck at one of the top decks in Pioneers right now, which is a White Weenie deck, is utilizing this card to terrifying results, I'm sure. I think protection is one of the strongest combat tricks or just, kind of buffs that you can give in the game, and being able to give it to all of your creatures is pretty crazy. You don't see this effect very often. You see a lot of your opponents get indestructible, or your creatures get indestructible, or they get hexproof. Rarely do you see all creatures gain protection from a color. So I think this card's kind of unique in that way. It sucks that it's only 4 white. But I love this card. I think it, especially if you're playing against another monocolored deck, you just cast this and they have no way of blocking you at all. So it allows for just, finishers really easy, protecting you from like burn spells and stuff too, that or burn board wipes, right? That deal damage. So I think it's a fantastic card, and I would be excited to see it, because I think like mono white weenies is not really a strategy that I'm seeing in Explorer right now, and so it'd be fun to see them pop back up again. I do enjoy mono white. It's kind of mindless, attack strategy, and adding something like this would, add a different layer to it and make it a little bit more fun, I think. Apollo, what do you think? Brave the Elements.
So Brave the Elements is definitely something that we need in Explorer, because as you've said, Hoshi, in Pioneer we have humans. That is the new version of white weenies. So yeah, that it's going to be already amazing in that deck. Again, in Historic, this is going to be insane, because humans in Historic are even crazier. Yeah, they're even crazier. I believe they are top tier in Historic.
They are,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Whereas Pioneer, they kind of take a little bit of a backseat compared to the rest of the top tier decks. This is going to be insane. This is an insane tempo play. Like, with the 3 mana instant that destroys all creatures, cool, bro, cool story. In response, Brave the Elements.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, that won't protect him from that.
Why not?
Because Destroy All doesn't give protection from. It doesn't give him indestructible.
Destroy doesn't, but damage does. Yeah.
Yeah, damage.
Yeah. So if it's
if board
it's,
wipes,
don't
affect.
No, if it's deal 3 damage, like something like Anger of the Gods or something like that, right? This would protect from that, but not from a board wipe.
Okay. Well, either way, it's still an amazing tempo play, because you can confidently like swing in, and then if they do have a response of any form, like where they target something, then you can just give it protection, and then it just fizzles out, and then you're getting in that amassed damage. All those like 2/1s, 2/2s, and 3/1s. They're gonna swing in. This is crazy. I love this card. It's a really great pick. Drunken, what do you think?
So I have a huge affection for this card. I've said it before, but like I top 3'd a giant TCG tournament before, and I was running Orzhov, weenies, and this Brave the Elements was it was one of the main cards in the deck. I had 4 of in there, and it really just it's insane, because especially on game 1, when you're swinging in, and you can just swing in freely generally, because you're like protection from green, and then so even if there's green red creatures or green black creatures or whatever, that's still they got green in there, right? And you just swing in with no blocks, and it's incredible, and it's at instant speed, and it works in removal aspects. It works it's such a versatile card, even though it has only really one thing printed on it. The ability that it's an instant, or the fact that it's an instant, makes it really, really strong. And I really like it. I do think in Explorer, this will make actually a bigger impact. Those human decks, it's maybe not as good in Explorer, but you put Brave the Elements in, and that human deck is going to go from tier 2, tier 1 maybe, to absolutely tier 1. It's going to go there. And I think in Historic, humans is a tier 1 deck right now. And it's just going to increase the value of that deck, make it better. And so, I really like it. I love this card. Like I said, like, you know, because I won that tournament, it just made me like it even more. And I definitely won games because of this card.
Oh yeah.
Like without a doubt.
Like go on, finish your thought. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a game-winning card right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, I'm so glad you mentioned that, man, because like I actually won a tournament because of this card too. You know what I mean? Like it was not like a TCG or anything. It was like our local one at Long Beach. But that's what made me win the Aloro deck for getting first place. I was a white weenie deck utilizing Brave the Elements and 3 mana Johnny or whatever that makes all your little white weenies flying.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that because I've had a lot of success with white weenie. It's good.
It's a strong card. It's a really strong card.
Yeah.
Doesn't protect you from board wipes, but it does like allow you to attack in, and it protects you from spot removal and stuff like that.
I think that's the most powerful thing about it, right? Is just with white weenie, you have small creatures sometimes, and especially if you're staring down like mono green, you know, like you just run into that part where you're like, man, do I want to attack? I'm going to lose creatures. I'm an aggressive deck and I'm just kind of stuck here. And this allows you to just like power through those and potentially like just, you know, wipe them out, which is, you know, a huge downside to like the mono, you know, little weenie strategy. And so this is just, I think it's the best card that it needs to really help it out. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I hope
absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, well, I hope we get these cards. These are fun. And this one just definitely does feel a lot more nostalgic. I don't know, for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't play it in tournaments, but I did have a very high affection for this card. So yeah, it'd be cool to see that. All right, and then I think the one thing that we didn't talk about was monetary Swift Spear, and that's because none of us are looking forward to it actually being. I think
I am. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I'm going to play the shit out of monetary Swift. Yeah, I'm going to be like black red, red green, mono red. Dude, you're going in everything. Red, white, black. You know, I'll make anything, man, with that card. I love that card.
Yeah, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be absolutely everywhere. So I have a feeling we're getting that for sure in this one. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, all the red players cried their eyes out with the last anthology because they didn't get like Swift Spear or the Revels. Right.
Even though Lalea is like performing insanely well, and our predictions were correct about that card.
Yeah, I know. They're like, "Wah, we already have tier 1 decks. Why don't we? Why aren't we more tier 1?"
The next Explorer anthology will come with a complimentary tissue to wipe their fucking tears. You know what I mean?
It now. It'll be in there. It's fine. You know, mono red is always at the top. It's to be expected.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Well, then, any last words about you know, the Explorer anthology before we move on?
I'm so excited. I hope it comes out soon.
Yeah, me too. Same. Hopefully, we get some info on it pretty quickly. And with that, we'll move into our combat phase.
Dorkish Combat!
And Combat is our horseshit card game hosted by Drunken Dork.
What is up, everyone? This is a horseshit card game, and this week we are doing 20 questions yet again. And so the way this works is Apollo and Hoshi have to ask me yes or no questions until they get the card that I have in front of me. Which, you know, if I wanted to, I could change this at any time, but I'm not, you know, I'm not going to do that. I want them to win. Cheater. I want them to get this. If they get it before 10 questions or 10 questions and before, get a shiny gold star like you did when you were in kindergarten and you did a good thing, you know, in school. And if they get it in 20 or below, then they just win the game. And that's good enough. So let's start it off here. I have my card in front of me. So what do we got?
Is it an instant?
No.
Okay.
That's one.
Let's see here. Is it a sorcery?
Negative.
Okay.
Is it 3 CMC or less?
No. It's a lot of no's so far.
Is it a creature?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe we should start with creature. I feel like most cards are creatures.
All right, so it's a creature and it costs 4 or more.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Maybe sets now or something.
Did it come out in Throne of Eldraine?
No.
That's a weird. You just picked one specific set.
Well,
Dude.
4 mana. I was thinking Questing Beast. You know, just want to get it out there.
I
like it.
Is it? I mean, that would have been amazing if it did. Is it in standard?
Is it in standard? No.
Okay. So maybe
That's 6.
Okay.
Is it a Planeswalker?
He said creature already, dude. What are you doing?
Oh, he did? Oh, whoops.
All right, yeah, we'll take that one back.
A creature planeswalker. Well, I guess there's
Is it a creature
Gideon
planeswalker?
does it. No.
There are creature planeswalkers.
There are mainly Gideon, but yeah.
What it's not in what was that set? There was a set where they had creatures that flipped into planeswalkers.
Yeah. I guess there was a few of those. Gideon and this.
Is it less than 7?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So now we know it's between 4 and
7's a weird.
6.
Okay.
Well, come on, man. I'm trying to narrow it down
I
here.
No, that's good because there's a
can
lot
say
of
less
good
than
set-
5.
That would
Is
very
it
much
less than
narrow it
6?
down
Is
if it was 8 to 9.
Less than 7 is good because like Elish
Okay.
Norn is less than 7
Yeah.
and Sarah's Elish Norn is
Archangel
7
Addison.
and Sarah's Emissary is 7, so it's none of those cards, right?
Okay. Is it in Okay, so Historic has everything. So is it in the Explorer format?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not any of the it's not any of the anthologies, the historic anthologies, or the
What number are we at now?
digital
How many have we asked?
You've asked 8.
Yikes.
2 more to get 1 and an answer to get the gold star.
Okay, so
Should
it's
I
a
ask
creature.
about colors or?
So it's a creature between 4 and 7, and it is
Between 4 and 6.
Yeah,
it's less than 7.
See,
Four-
my question was good.
Yeah. Okay, 4 and 6, and then it's that is better. And then it's not in standard, but it is an explorer,
It is an Explorer.
and it's not in historic. It's not a historic.
No, if it is in
Well,
historic.
it is in
if it's
historic,
explo-
but it's not any of the historic cards yet.
Okay, yeah.
The historical.
Should I ask for a color identity? I mean, we're pretty much.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it green?
No.
Okay. Let's see.
How much is what's it called? The blue. God, what are those fucking creatures called? They were in Kaladesh, I think. It's that blue creature that comes in at flash speed. It's really fucking big. I think it costs 6 mana. It's like the big fucking Titan looking thing. It's not a Praetor.
Oh,
it's not an Avatar.
are you talking about the Steam? The Steam Titans, the one oh I know what you're talking about. Damn it, I can't think of
You know
its
what I mean?
name.
The blue fucking card.
Yeah.
It fucking brings
Okay.
something from the
Is it
graveyard
blue?
back.
Is it blue?
Is it blue?
Yes. Okay, well it's not that.
Alright, cool.
That's all
Sweet.
that.
And that's 10. No gold star for you two.
All right, no.
All right, so we're gonna get a Stormy Cloud here.
Okay, that's fine.
I guess I don't know. I guess let's narrow down colors. Is it black?
Yes.
Okay. Black creature.
Black creature, less than 7, more
Okay,
than 4.
is it 5 mana?
More than 3. Is it 5 mana?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's not Gary. I thought he might have picked Gary.
You said it's not. You said
It's
is
not-
it 5 mana?
Yeah, I asked if it was 5. So it's either 4 or 6 mana, and it's black. It's a black creature that's either 4 or 6 mana. What the fuck could that be? Oh man,
And it's in Explorer.
it's an explorer.
Does it have flying?
No.
I was gonna say, is it fucking Rankle or whatever?
Rankle. Yeah. Oh, is that its name?
Fucking fairy
Rankle?
road.
Rankle the
Yeah.
Prankle.
Yeah.
Rankle the You asked if it was in Eldraine, and Rankle's in Eldraine.
Oh.
Damn it,
Well,
Michael!
that's fine. Is it a creature? Yes. Is it a planeswalker?
You're killing it today.
You're doing real well.
There's only one thing to fix this problem. More beer.
Yeah, more beer.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
I like that idea.
All right.
You're at 13 right now.
Fuck. Is it 4 mana?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Cool,
14.
dude. All right, we know it's 4 mana. It took us
4
5
mana.
fucking questions to get there. And it's black.
It's black and it's an explorer, not standard.
And it's not flying.
Man, what? Oh, maybe what's the one guy that just came in to explore that where he's a vampire, he's not flying, and he damn it, what is his name? Where whenever you kill something, it exiles them and you get a zombie instead. Kalitas.
Oh, Kalitas?
Yeah, Kalitas. So see if it's a vampire, I guess.
Is it a vampire?
No.
Damn it!
That's 15.
Fuck, man.
I was like, what's a black one? Okay. Is it multicolored?
No.
Ah, damn it. All right.
All right, cool.
At
We know
16.
it's for sure fucking black.
It's not a vampire. And it's in. Oh man,
It's not flying. What fucking 4
there's
mana
like
black card?
there's like
Who's playing this?
Chupacabra. There's the Chupacabra thing that comes in and kills stuff. That one's 4. I don't know if anyone.
Chupacabra destroys target creature, right?
Yeah, it does.
All right. Does it destroy target creature upon entering the battlefield?
I get.
All right, you have 2 questions and a guess.
Dude, oh, I got it. Ask if it's from Eldraine.
I got you this time, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you now. Is it an artifact?
Okay.
No, that's not the question. That's not the question.
What's the other big creatures that are in black?
Dude, I can't think of anything that's not flying. Everything in my head right now is like flying.
that
Black doesn't usually play these kind of creatures. Like,
Or that, oh man, I was really hoping for Kalitas. Man, what else could be there?
You could
because
go
Graveyard
with
Trespasser is 3 mana. 4 mana black, dude.
You can go with like either power and toughness. You can go with
Dude, that's not helping. That's not helping
creature
these two
type. You can
idiots.
go with
Yeah,
rarity.
creature type is
Rarity.
what I was thinking.
Rarity might help.
Rarity's another one.
I think that's always a good one.
Okay, is it rare or mythic?
Yes. So you have 1 question and a guess.
Fuck, this one is tough, man. Is it a planeswalker?
Sorry, maybe a little too tough.
No.
No.
You deserve a win too.
Yeah. Is it an instant
Is it from
planeswalker?
Eldraine? No. Is it 4 mana fucking black, dude?
4 mana, black, does not
rare
have
or
flying,
mythic.
is either rare or mythic.
Oh man.
And I will say, like, I won't ever choose a card that isn't, like, at least semi-used,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, you're not gonna choose like a draft card.
yeah.
Is there like a is there like a demon? Is it a demon?
Oh wait, what about
Hold
what's
on.
his name?
Hold that quick.
What about
You
what's
have 1 question.
What about what's his name?
Oh, we only have
The-
one question?
Wait,
Yeah.
okay.
So this has to be it.
What about what's his name? The human Yawgmoth. What about Yawgmoth maybe? He's 4, right?
Oh wait,
that's-
whoa. What's the fucking Blitz guy? Isn't he 4 mana?
No.
Oh, he's not.
Are you
There
talking
is
about
a 4
Tenacious
mana blitz
Underdog?
flying guy.
But Blitz would be from the new sets.
Tenacious Underdog?
That'd be from standard.
he's only 3.
He's not in standard, right? What about Yawgmoth? Oh no, Yawgmoth wouldn't be in the set. Would he? Yeah, because
Yawgmoth's not an explorer.
He's not an
He's only
explorer.
in.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, that's right. Oh, this is tough. This is a tough one.
Phyrexian Obliterator is 5 mana, huh?
No,
Or is it 4?
it's 4. Phyrexian Obliterator is 4.
Is it Phyrexian Obliterator?
All right. No, you fail.
You were
Once you ask.
We had one more, dude. Why would you?
Also,
What do you mean? He just said it's our final question.
No, you have one question and a guess.
Is it Throne of Eldraine?
Yeah.
Like, no,
Yep.
no, my answer is it Throne of Eldraine?
Yeah, you got it. It's Throne of Eldraine.
It's the
Yes,
card.
the entire set.
It's the card.
No,
Throne of Eldraine.
okay. So it was, maybe this is a little too hard. It was Dread Presence. The nightmare, whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, choose
Oh.
one.
Yeah.
This card's used in both Historic and Explorer.
I did not know that. Wait, that's 4 mana? I thought that was only
4
2.
mana. No, 3 and a black. It's a 3/3 nightmare. Whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, choose one. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Or
Okay.
Dread Presence deals 2 damage to any target
Yeah,
and you gain 2 life.
I didn't know that was 4 mana. Yeah, I've seen that card a lot in like Scape Shift decks and stuff where they just kill other lands and then bring them all back in and stuff. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's a cool card. I did not know that was. I thought that was cheaper than that. Damn. All right, you got us, man. I don't know. if I
Yeah,
ever
maybe
would've
that one
guessed
was
that.
a little too hard. Next time. So Phyrexian Obliterator is not an Explorer, just an FYI. That's a historic only card.
That's true.
It is in Throne of Eldraine.
What?
It's also a Planeswalker, bro.
Yeah,
It's also just Throne of Eldraine.
yeah. It's just Throne of Eldraine with.
And it has flying, and it's red.
yeah.
Well, that was possibly
flying
our
booster box.
that was possibly our worst attempt yet. Well, I hope you guys did better than we did in that one.
Absolutely did.
Good job,
Dude,
Paul.
you play the 20 question game about as good as you play Magic, Apollo.
Yeah. That's for
All-
sure.
All star. That was great. Well,
What shining colors.
my stomach hurts from laughing on that one. So, with that, let's move into main phase 2.
Main phase 2.
And main phase 2 is where normally we do our drunken memoirs, where we go over our history in Magic and kind of how we got here, where we started out and like us playing together and all that stuff. But we ran out of time a little bit today with talking too much about the news and everything. So this is like our most skippable segment. So we're gonna unfortunately pass on this one today. Pass priority from main phase 2 onto our end step.
Endstep.
And end step is our
Comments, questions, corrections.
Yeah, this is our segment where we look at our Discord channel that we have. That's comments, questions, and corrections, and see what we have in there. This is kind of like our mailbox thing. You guys are also free to email us if you want, but this is where we get most of our comments, questions, and corrections at. And we do our best not to check this channel during the few weeks, so that we just read it on the air and see what happens. But sometimes accidents happen. It does pop up on Discord, and we're on Discord all the time. So Apollo, what do we have in the channel today?
All right, so this week we have from Vox Nihilist, the name that is so hard to read because, dude, what kind of font are you using? But yeah, it's hard to read, but it is Vox Nihilist. So he goes, okay, this episode was good. He's referring back to our last episode.
Nice.
And he goes, Drunken Dork, usually I am an unsupported Bowser. A joke about Mario and web testing. I think it's because his profile pic is Bowser.
Nice.
But Vox Nihilist is a joke self-owned mix of Nihilist and Vox Nihili. So Doomer, who is full of bad information. I am indeed a Doomer. Y'all need to learn your sets a little better. You forgot Unlimited and Revised is 3rd edition. So Drunken, I don't know. I don't know if you know what Vox Nihilist is referring to when he's speaking to you, but you are absolutely correct. We are dumb. We are dumb,
Yeah.
dumb, dumb, dumb,
Oh,
dumb.
yeah.
Like we will say it over and over, and we're so proud that you guys follow us and like help us out, subscribe, like the videos, because we're a bunch of trio of dummies, the three dumb amigos, as we like to say. So
Yeah. I don't think we ever claimed
Yeah.
to be pros, did we?
No. I mean,
I literally say it all the time in my gameplays.
I'm a pro
like,
at being an idiot. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure, top tier.
Yeah.
Tier S.
Hey,
dumb over
Hoshi,
here.
how big of an idiot am I?
Oh my God. How big?
So big.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, Drunken Dork, do you know what Vox Nihilus is referring to when he's
Talking about
Talking
the
to you.
sets. Mate.
like about like himself? I don't know.
No, me? No, I have no idea.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Again, we're dumb. So moving on. It was just mostly like talking about beers because we all love like some really craft brews, or in Hoshi's case like liquid gasoline, honey I'm home or whatever. So it's something also he wants to include an AA big book, because I think it's kind of edge lord humor you'll enjoy, and also I have two of them. Yeah, man, you want to send Drunken
is
Dork an
this?
AA book? Hey, all of us probably need it at this point.
Yeah.
like all the rules
Oh,
and everything.
absolutely.
This is Discord. This is a great community that we have. It's growing more and more each and every single day. So if you want to be part of this community, this is where you can kind of tell us, how you want to see the channel to go forward, because we're always listening. We value your guys' comments, but Discord is really going to be the place where that can shine. Something else that, oh man, I know I saw it on here. It was talking about Patreon. Oh yeah, Von Nihilus also says, so he's like, geez, I have this much weed to trim today, and this is the week you guys make me hear about your budget decks. Anger.
Oh, he's ready to say spend some bling bling, huh? Nice.
He says he doesn't play budget decks. Why do I even support this Patreon? Oh wait, I don't. Yikes. But he says I would if it existed. Yeah. So this is just something we want to do, a Patreon. We absolutely want to do a Patreon for you guys, but it's got to take some planning. Right now, our basic tiers would just be pretty much supporting the channel. So if that's something that you guys want to see, we can absolutely make that happen. But as opposed to going forward, there's still a lot of things we got to think of. Something else that happened, I think it was in podcast topic suggestions in our Discord. They were talking about tournaments, and they want to have tournaments go on within our Discord.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And that is something I think we can absolutely fucking do.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys want to join the Discord and not only play against us, but actually play it against a tournament within like a like community, that is something we can for sure set up. Maybe even just whether we stream or not, we can at least record it and then showcase that on our YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty much it that we got this week for topic suggestions, comment questions, corrections, all that good stuff. So yeah, what do you guys think about this week?
Love it. The one thing that we didn't talk about, I think, in this show that we normally do is the decks that we played, and we take a lot of suggestion from people. I think one of the ones that we were talking about that we're going to do very soon is probably the Wizards bounce deck that like Boca was talking about. So one of us is going to, take the reins probably on that one and show that. Drunken did a mono black deck. Apollo did a ninjas deck. And then I just did an equipment infinite combo deck. So we had some new gameplays that were up there this week, and then we'll get some more out this next week as well.
Yeah, I just recorded. Shout out to Old Man Fingers. Me and him have been going back and forth about Reanimator.
Oh,
I just
nice.
recorded some Reanimator gameplay. I just have to edit it at this point, and probably by the time this is out, the Reanimator gameplay will be out. So yeah, there's also that.
Cool.
In the works.
Yeah, by the time this is out, you're going to see some new gameplays. I have Gruel Ponza that's going to be released by the time you're seeing this. And probably another one. I got a spicy brew I've been really wanting to play, but I just don't want to say it just yet because I'm really excited for it.
Well, yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, this is how you guys interact with us through our Discord. You know, like Boca, we're getting to you, brother. We're going to play your deck. You're going to be showcasing it. And if you want any of your decks showcased, join the Discord. That's the best way.
It's really just Boca. It was really just about deciding who's going to do it because we're all like, oh yeah, this deck's really fun.
Yeah, we'll do it.
You know, all of us are like, oh yeah, no problem doing.
Yeah.
Literally, the issue is like which one of us is going to do it because like I was saying, you know, off screen. I was like, I'll do it if no one else wants to do it. And Hoshi's like, well, I mean, I can do it if no one else wants to do it. And, Drunken's like, well, I mean, I'll take it. You know?
I was like, I just did a Wizards deck. Should I do another Wizards?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. Sweet, dude. All right, cool. Well, with that, let's move into our cleanup phase.
Cleanup.
Cleanup is just a quick phase where we jerk ourselves off real quick and talk about all the ways that you can hang out with us. We talked about Discord already. We also have all the different ways that you can, watch our podcasts and stuff, which are on, Spotify, all of the different podcast things. We're on YouTube. We also have an Aether Hub where all the decks that we talk about and the ones that we make videos about will all be on our Aether Hub as well if you want to grab any of those from there. Or, best place always is the Discord like we talked about. You can also email us as well. That'll be in the description below if you want to get a hold of us there. And with that, we'll move into our final phase of the show, which is the discard phase.
Discard phase. Drink 'em up, boys.
And discard is our final phase of the show where we finish our drinks that we have been enjoying. So it's our final goodbyes.
My
Drunken
God.
Dork, any final goodbyes?
I appreciate everyone who's watching, listening, and like always, I will see you on next episode.
Awesome. Apollo.
You guys are so big.
So big.
Well said. And this is a fun show, and I hope we see you guys here next time back here on the Mana Rant Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Peace.
So
Man.
Is it throwing a Veldring?
Yes, you got it.
Yes.
Apollo, you are a genius.
I'm the superstar, dude.
Yeah,
I'm the winning
definitely. Yeah, you are. You won good. You won well this time.
Is it a Bird Wizard Phyrexian ooze?
Is it Phyrexian Wizard Man?
Wait, is it colorless? Yes,
Yeah.
yes it is. It is black and colorless.
Is it on a cardboard?
No.
Is it a one-man Planeswalker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, is it Deathrite Shaman?
Oh, that would have been a good pick. Why didn't any of us pick Deathrite Shaman?
It's not
Oh
in,
my god.
It's not in the arena. That's probably why.
No, I know, for the Explorer picks.
Oh, yeah. There's so many
Damn.
good ones. There's so many.
Yeah,
Leave
there
it to
are.
me
There
to
are.
fucking come too late.
Yeah. No. I think it's the other way around for you.
Oh, whoops.
It's not my fault it can't get hard. It's
As soon as like Hoshi starts the episode, I'm just like Deathrite Shaman.